sucks.
When everyone's playing ice hockey in the winter, you're out there hitting rails.
Yes.
And everyone's like, that guy's crazy.
Yeah, definitely got some weird looks, at least like this last winter season.
How did your like skates hold up, like bearings and all that stuff?
Well,
I remember skating back in the day, like the rock salt on the ground would just like mess up your shit.
Well,
Totally screws your bearings up.
Yeah.
well,
And you're a kid, you don't care, but you're like an adult now, and you like would like to like roll a little more efficiently, you know?
sure. Well, thanks to Power Slide, they're a bearing company called Wicked. They make a rust-proof bearing,
There you
so
go.
Dang.
that definitely helped with
I remember when I had crap bearings too, was the same way
Shout
too.
out Power Slide.
Yeah.
We accept sponsors for all shows, so if you want to call us a Power Slide, just let us know. Shout out Power Slide.
It's good having sponsors for those
but,
things.
that it came to an extent as far as the rust-proof, like
Right.
there was like a maintenance as far as like each time like ending the session, like taking the liners out because they were just drenched, like falling in the snow, like eventually your
But when
feet,
you fall and you get like knee deep in snow.
yeah,
Damn.
you're and then it eventually melts, so you're just kind of soaked. But but your feet are already numb because of how cold it is, so you don't feel it. So once the day is finally over, the sun goes down at like 5 o'clock during like the peak of winter or whatever. But the days get longer. But yeah, the maintenance as soon as I get home. Take the liners out, put them on the heater.
Jeez.
Take the wheels and just like roll them and,
Right.
and get all
Keep
the
'em
water
moving.
out.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh man, so much work to skate in the winter in the snow. How did you like warm up?
no warm up.
No warm up, just straight to it.
No,
Straight
and then,
like jumping on rails, like
Yeah, and
blast
then-
the heat in the car, and like that's your warm up.
No, that's the opposite thing, because if you blast the heat, then you
You
go outside
body-
and you feel colder.
Yeah,
So if you
okay.
just like kind of like not freeze while you're driving
Yeah.
to the spot, but just like do your best.
Sounds so miserable.
It's so
I mean,
much-
you're a trooper for doing
it's
it.
so much
You're a
fun.
trooper for doing
it's
it, but
honestly
like
so much fun.
because
Like-
the Kelsos were doing that too. They skate like all winter long, and they like a year or two ago, and they did one of the fish guys. It was like all in the winter, and it was like they would just bundle up, just mad sweatpants and hoodies and skate, and I'm just like I can't.
Like, were you wearing thermals?
Yeah,
You have
always.
to.
Yeah,
You have to. Yeah.
definitely definitely the one layer underneath everything. But yeah, nothing too extravagant.
Like,
you definitely gloves, because like smacking your hand on
Oh, dude, I was just about to
concrete is
say,
honestly the worst.
the people who are from the cold cities know that falling in the cold is like the worst thing.
Everybody in Cali right now is like, what are these guys talking
Exactly.
about?
No, there's some people from places that aren't gonna understand what we're saying.
Yeah.
But when you fall in the cold, dude, it's like you stay down.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
word. It's a different kind of pain. Like it's like
Yeah.
a sting that you don't get falling in the warmth at all.
No.
It's like you have the pain. Like say you bang your knee, it's like you have that pain, but then you have an extra like level of
Yeah.
sting on top of that, and it's
Extra fun.
And it
Yeah.
resonates. It doesn't
Yeah.
go away quickly.
Yeah,
it just likes to stay
yeah,
on.
yeah. It's not fun.
No.
But you made it out the winter a lot. You gonna do the same
Yeah.
thing again this winter?
Yeah.
You can't
Now-
wait.
well,
you can't
now-
wait for the winter.
Because honestly, it's. I mean, call me crazy, but it is fun.
You
Yeah.
should make a winter VOD.
Like,
I think
it's-
that would do well.
it's
I
fun,
think that
like-
would do well.
It's fun like this.
Oh my god, did I just fuck something up?
It might happen. We'll see.
It's fun like this. Is it fun like rewarding, or is it fun like in the midst of it? It's fun.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, because I mean, it's also like depending on what part of the season, like sometimes the snow's nice and fluffy. So
Yeah.
you go to a rail and like you don't have to like worry about falling because you're just falling into a pillow.
Yeah.
So
I will say it's really cool looking too when like you grind something in the snow on both sides and there's like no marks in the snow at all. So you
Oh
just,
yeah,
like,
he laced it.
It's super cool looking.
yeah. Well,
You guys know a lot about snow because when Jeff Howard was in New York all the time, like the Be Unique days.
Yeah.
I remember like going out and we were like, oh, we got to bundle up, whatever. And Jeff's like, nah, you got like the humidity and like you don't need it. Trust me. I know my snow. And we would go outside and be like, holy shit, he's right. Like it's like everything he said was true.
yeah. Well, it's growing up in Minnesota.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Minnesota,
the trick that
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the trick that I put in the teaser where you left the snow on the stairs, but like you guys shoveled out like the parking
Yeah.
lots, whatever, and like you just did the whole thing. Was that like first shot, or did you fall in the snow a couple of times?
No, I because it was completely blind. I couldn't see. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't see where the rail was.
Yeah.
So like I kind of like just shoveled out enough to where I knew like, okay, if I just jump straight, I'll lock onto the rail.
Right. That was your mark kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
So
marker.
it wasn't first try. It took a couple. I don't know, probably like 6 tries, but I didn't really land it all that good.
I saw it was like a little slippery.
Yeah, no, there was ice on the ground
ice,
on the
yeah.
bottom, so it was like to get away with that
Yeah.
and not completely,
It's acceptable.
I mean, I scraped my knee, and I don't know, it was definitely sketch, but with the conditions and that day, it was just like, all right,
Yeah, I'll take it.
if anybody else wants to try this, go ahead.
The floor is yours.
Yeah.
Did anybody else do it, or was it just you?
No,
no one
no,
else
no.
did.
Nah, it was just Brett and I that day, and yeah, like he was kind of just like, "Are you serious? Like, you really think this is possible?"
But that was
right
like a
now?"
cool way to innovate the snow skating stuff,
Yeah.
you know? It wasn't just like you're skating on rail, like you made something out of it. You don't get to skate something like that in the summer. in the
Yeah.
warmth, you know?
Yeah, for
a good
sure.
point.
It's like a blind rail, you know?
And like that rail isn't really that great when it's like, warmer weather. Like there's kind of like you almost have to just kind of disaster to it, or like there's like the smallest little strip of run up. So like I don't know, I actually just made it like during this, whenever I did it in the winter, like kind of just made more sense to do that than like skate it when it's in the spring, because
Yeah.
it's just kind of steep and little crappy run ups. So
Right.
I don't know. Worked out that day, but yeah, Brett thought I was crazy, and I guess a few other people.
Infinity
Right.
Infinity Ripper says put little chains on your wheels.
Little chain-
Snow chains on your wheels.
Oh my goodness! If that
That's
were,
a good
That's
one.
funny.
if that were to be possible, I mean,
Do you
I
skate
guess
do you skate softer wheels maybe? Does that help? The
Mm.
grip?
I was riding the '92.
You should try some like 88s or some shit. Maybe in the winter it might be a little better, no?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, grip a
Maybe I'll
little
do
better.
that. I might do that for this.
Yeah,
next
try to get the
season.
softest wheels possible.
Yeah,
It's not a bad idea.
yeah. I didn't really think about that. I just kind of had the setup and like just rode it throughout the winter.
Yeah,
just
you
to,
don't think
like-
about shit like that.
I
You're just like,
didn't-
I'm gonna skate and that's
yeah,
it.
yeah. But other than like the maintenance and making sure that they actually, everything was dry and wasn't putting my foot into a wet liner in the
Oh, that sounds
in
so
21 degree or like I said, the wind, it was 25 or higher, we would go skate. But yeah, wind chill is a factor because
Mhm.
could feel like 5 degrees.
That's another
but
thing
it's
that
still
the
not
Cali
cold.
Cali people and Southerners won't know
Yeah.
anything about is the wind chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like speaking like Swahili right now. Wait, what?
Wind chill.
Wind chill.
That's
But
not-
that
You
does
guys
it,
talking about the breeze that's down by the beach? Like, no.
but it doesn't make sense, It's like if it actually feels like that, then just say that's what the degree is.
Right?
'cause, like
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
same with like when it's too hot or like the heat index, or it's like
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
just
This is the opposite extreme.
Just
The
say
opposite
like
extreme.
Say
what it
that.
feels like when you
Exactly.
step outside.
Yeah,
like
no one
rather-
cares.
That's what it
Anything
is.
Yeah, if it feels like that, then
Totally.
So
Feel that 100%.
yeah,